I had like, older basses and collectibles and all that, but I don't necessarily think, I think it's here more than anywhere. Okay, an old bass, the feel of it, knowing that it's old, knowing the history of, okay, old wood's better wood and pickups microphonic and age and they sound better. I think that is all up here, and it might make you play a little different, sort of like the whole thing with the Variax when it was out. It could get all these different sounds. Well, that's great, but it's not going to make you feel like you're playing a Hofner, which is going to change the way you play, or a Rickenbacker. So I think that has a lot to do with the ultimate sound that comes out of the instrument, is the way you perceive it and the way you play it is different on each instrument. I couldn't play a Hofner like I was going to play this. Got to play a Hofner with a pick, and you got to have flat wounds on it. And so I don't necessarily go for older basses anymore. And one of the reasons is because there are no vintage 5-strings. And since that's what I have to, the only older instruments that I have, and they're not even necessarily older, are 4-strings that I have that are hollow bodies. Like I have a couple of newer Hofners, that one of which was made to look ridiculously old, a cavern bass, and a reissue of a 50s K bass like McCartney used for a while there, the double cutaway jazz bass special. And a Gretsch, I forget what the model number is, but it was like George Harrison's single cutaway Gretsch with the painted on F-holes. The record companies, if there even are any anymore, don't have the patience or the finances to find a young band and nurture them and have an A&R man or a producer. That the only band that I can think of in recent memory that has had that is the Kings of Leon, because they showed up at the manager, whose name is Ken Levitin. He's in Nashville, they're from Nashville. They showed up, from what I gather, I might be wrong, but at his office, the brothers and the cousin, and they wanted to be a rock and roll band, but they really didn't play any instruments. And he kept them going, basically learned while they earned, and now look where they're at. I mean, it's a wonderful story. I you don't hear that. If there's other bands that's happened with, I'd love to know it, because I want to hear them. From doing it so long, and I'm sure everybody in the band would say the same thing. It's like brothers. It's as close as brothers, and brothers love hard and fight hard, and so that says it all. It's I would chop my arm off for him. It was the same as the Arif Mardin and the Bruce Fairbairn, and I'm awed by his talent. I've watched it progress from when he was still trying to get a deal to now, where he's Jesus. He is able to reinvent the band, the sound, himself. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's unbelievable. So, it's a good job.